Good evening. This is Paul Silverman, sales manager for Martha Turner Sotheby's International Realty in Houston. And I'm joined today by one of our great agents, Cindy Fremo. And one of the reasons I wanted to make this video was Cindy has had some really great successes and things to do kind of during this downtime that we all have. So a little background on Cindy. She's one of our top producers. She teaches classes for us on organization for agents. So she's one of our superstars, and she's really good at follow-up, and she's gotten really good at it the last few years. And I want to have her tell a couple of stories of how that's benefited her and what she's done in her downtime. Now, I will also say that Cindy is one of our Ninja graduates, and she has definitely embraced that program. So Cindy, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing in this downtime we've had.
Okay, well, I haven't been going to the office, and so I've been working from home, and I decided to take the opportunity to try to get my database in better shape than it was in. It was a little bit of a mess, and it wasn't really meshing with my SOI and with Active Pipe. So I decided to go through one by one and just sort of take a look at everybody and what I could do better. So the first thing I did was I went on Facebook, and I will say I'm not a great technology person because I'm up there in years. I don't do Instagram, but I do. I think it's what's called a Facebook stalker, which means I don't post a lot, but I I look at everybody and I do respond to people. So I went onto Facebook and tried to sort of see if I could figure out what people's birthdays were. And people don't typically put that on their bio on Facebook, but if you look through their photos, you can usually find a photo of them having a birthday party and come up with a pretty close date that way. So that's what I did first on my downtime, was I went through and tried to get everybody's birthday. And one of the girls that I found was a young lady that I sold a house to 5 years ago. And I had not spoken to her since, I'm embarrassed to say. So I noticed, well, her birthday was in March. So I sent her a birthday card. And the very next day she called me and said, "Oh, I got your card. Thank you so much. And by the way, I just got laid off and I want to move back to Austin. Can you sell my house?" So I really don't think she would have called me if I hadn't sent her the birthday card, because I don't even think she had my phone number probably. Anyway, so that was just a real eye opener to me that I needed to get busy and work on Facebook more.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, that is so refreshing to hear that during this downtime that agents are using these technology tools and using these things we provide in the training to actually help generate and foster more business. So let's go into the second phone call we had, or the one we had yesterday, that prompted me to say, all right, Cindy, we've just got to get you on video. So let's hear about your ninja story for the day.
Okay, this is a really funny one, and I'll try to make it as brief as possible. But when I started with Martha Turner in 2009 to do residential real estate, I was a complete newbie. I had been in commercial real estate my whole entire life, knew nothing about residential real estate. And the very first week or two, I went over to the HAR office on the Southwest Freeway. I think I went to buy some lot boxes or something. But I walked into the lobby and I overheard a couple asking the receptionist at HAR if she could give them an agent, help them find an agent. So they went upstairs and checked in. So I followed them up there and introduced myself and said, I'm an agent. So long story short, we started looking at houses and they bought a home in Montrose on Sul Ross. And so that was 10 years ago. I have not had a conversation with them in 10 years. But in going through Facebook on my time off, I also have gone through and tried to friend every client that I can find. I found them. They were living in Papua New Guinea. And I corresponded back and forth with her a couple of times on Facebook in the last month. And then about yesterday, I think 3 or 4 days ago, she called me and said, we're back in the United States. They have forced us to come back early from Papua New Guinea. They had been there for 7 years, and we don't have a place to live. And so I sent them a huge packet yesterday, and they are actually in quarantine right now because of where they came from. But once they're done, we will be looking at homes in the $1 million range.
I mean, that, Cindy, those
Just
are two
funny.
amazing stories about how, agents can really use this time to polish up their skills, and do things like you're doing. And so you've got, potentially what, $1.5 million of business waiting on you when we get out of this quarantine. And I just think that's amazing. So let me ask you this. What advice would you give for agents during this time as far as what you're doing or organization, or how are you spending your time other than these great things that have already netted you close to $1.5 million in business?
Well, I'm definitely sending out I've upped my card total, my Ninja card total. The Ninja thing is to send 2 personal cards a day.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to make sure that everybody on my database, which is about 160 people, which is fairly low, I think, for a database, but trying to add to it. And I'm trying to make sure that they all get a card from me this month.
That's great. Great. Especially,
If nothing else, you can say, I hope you're weathering the coronavirus storm okay. Is there anything I can do to help you? I mean, if you don't have anything else to say, that's at least something to say. So
yeah, and I
that's
think
kind of my goal for the month.
yeah, and I think it helps express concern, and it kind of it's kind of a different message than people are getting. And I think it's very, especially from a realtor, to be able to get a card saying, hey, the person that sold me a house a year, 2, 3 years ago is thinking about me. I think it really means a lot, especially during these times. So, well, Cindy, I want to thank you very, very much for coming to us on video, and sharing these great ideas. And I think it's really inspiring to know that during this downtime, that there are things that agents can do to help generate business, help get them more organized. Because a lot of people have a theory that once this is all over, the pent-up demand is going to keep us extremely busy. And now that we've taken this time to learn these technology tools and catch up, I think for the situation that's been presented to us, I think agents are going to be in a real good spot for having all these tools and business generating ideas. So thank you very much. You
You're
and your
welcome.
husband stay safe and stay healthy, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, Paul.
All
Bye-bye.
right.